When I leave this place,
I also love segments like this.
I got to write him a check because I flooded the place out because I keep the studio at like 38 degrees, which I'll admit is wrong.
They're going to take it out of your first and last month's security deposit. Don't worry.
And I'm also responsible for 8 years ago.
My medical costs.
Your therapy.
Right.
And 7.5 years ago when I was questioning some things in radio are very funny. Right. I'm sitting here with that one who's a good guy. I love him, actually. And I love her. And I have a caller on the phone. We're talking about Obamacare and Nancy Pelosi saying, well, we first have to pass the legislation so then we can read it and know what's in it. Ugh. As the caller calls and it says call for Brian, and he doesn't do an impression. He says Nancy Pelosi said this. And this is on the Obamacare. I've been here for a while. The Obamacare debate is what we're all talking about. I feel my stomach, the nausea, it's rising. It's rising. And as
that happens when I listen to Nancy Pelosi too.
And the caller is saying, so Whitman, I want to hear it from you and I want it right now, Whitman.
Oh, no.
And here the nausea's coming up. And he's saying, she says we have to pass it before we can know what's in it. You explain that, Whitman, and you do it now. I'm going to hang up and wait for my response. Click. Boom. Turn around, grab that garbage pail. Full.
Could they hear you?
Cookie tossing. I turn my microphone off. I'm enough of a professional.
You don't like an on-air heave. Nobody
and my
does.
partner, to his credit,
jumped in and helped.
Yeah, he actually did.
Good.
And this is why I got to pay for the carpet. It's a long walk to the restroom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was sick the whole way.
So you actually paid for the carpeting?
Of course not.
Oh, okay, good.
And would they have...
That's brutal.
And how about an amen for the fact that they didn't have the cojones to ask me to pay for it?
Amen. Yeah, that's brutal.
All right, so, but they replaced...
Your flood, I get why they're going to charge you. But the throwing up, that was beyond your control.
Now, by the way, if you just tuned in, you might think that I would be a bad employee. But
what? No.
That I'm responsible for the destruction of the actual building that I work in. And that's obviously not the case.
You're also a highlighter hoarder.
Okay.
But we love you.
Oh, thank you.
You're very funny. You bring lots of enjoyment and laughter to us.
And I'm also happy to say that I am in my 8th year co-hosting The Morning Answer and the original cast member. I'm like the Kevin Nealon, if you will, Saturday Night Live. And
I'm the new Darren on Bewitched.
And everybody,
you're Samantha.
Everybody likes a new Darren better. And let me say this, just to people listening to The Morning Answer. I won't say anything about where we know and all this. A ton of people are turning to The Morning Answer. They're spending their mornings with Brian and Jennifer. We know about it, and we just want to say thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I can do that, right?
Absolutely.
We can. Okay, I just did it. There you go. Thank you for your...
It's really, truly...